All right. So today we're going to be working on money deservability. So today we all understand that how money is a very relevant aspect of all of our lives. And in some or the other form, money is important in the life, in the times, the existence that we're living right now. So we cannot ignore money in any way. So, for money quotient in our lives to be very high, for us to be abundant, for us to be feeling rich, to have abundance of resources in our life, there are three important things, three legs on which abundance stands. So, those three things are the first and the most important thing, which I have also talked about previously in my earlier money videos, is the money conditioning and the money belief system. So, money conditioning belief systems are some things that we've learned while growing up, what we saw our parents handle money in ways, what they talked about money, how the circumstances were when we were growing up, and all the money challenges and money wounds that we have encountered over the years. They form our money conditioning and money beliefs. The second aspect of the money quotient in our lives, how abundant we are, is determined by our deservability. So, deservability includes all areas of our life about how we feel about ourselves. What is my self worth? How high is my self esteem? How do I perceive myself, my personality? How do I see myself in relation to people I meet? All of that comes under deservability. And my money deservability depends, mirrors my relationship with money. How much money flows into my life depends on my money deservability. So, this point is many times overlooked when we talk about the money energy work. So, today I wanted to focus on money deservability. So, we'll do a little bit more deeper work on money deservability. And the third aspect that is very important to create abundance in our lives is inspired action. So, everything along with the energy work, when we take inspired action, so there's a difference between taking action and taking inspired action. So, what inspired action really means is the things that I do, the actions that I take are actually leading to growth in my business or my job or my work and lead to great money quotient in my life. Many times we spend doing a lot of things. We could be doing a lot of work. We could be working very hard, but we're not really working towards things which will directly enhance our productivity, our money quotient, our business. So inspired action means identifying what will actually create wealth in my life and then taking those steps without procrastination. So, procrastination is something which comes from a variety of factors. So, procrastination towards inspired action can come from the fact that I'm afraid to be so successful and abundant that I will shine my light. And we have a fear of shining our light, which is called the tall poppy syndrome. So, the tall poppy syndrome is when the poppies stand taller than all the other plants and they are visible to everyone, they shine, but they're also at a risk of being cut, higher risk of being cut than other plants. So that is one very deep fear that we have of really being very successful and shining our light. So that is the reason unconsciously we procrastinate. We don't take inspired action. We will just keep making effort, like a donkey, doing work, a lot of hard work, but not really in the direction that will create success for us. So these are three very important aspects that you need to look into in your own life to enhance your abundance, your money quotient, deservability, your money belief system, and the inspired action. So today we're going to focus on deservability. And for money belief systems, you can refer to my previous video on tapping to become a money magnet, where we work on our belief system. So let's talk about deservability today. So as we're going to be using Faster-EFT tapping to understand where does our deservability stand and where do I want to be now. So let's start getting into the participative mode. So I want you all to start noticing and mentioning in the chat that where do you think do you stand in your money quotient right now? So on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 meaning that I feel very abundant, very comfortable with money, everything about money is fine in my life. And 0 meaning, no, I'm not at all in a good space. And money quotient just doesn't mean how much money I have. It also means, am I able to spend comfortably? Do I have ease with money? Even if I have a lot of money, doesn't mean that I'm at peace. I'm comfortable with it. I could be extremely anxious of losing it. So money quotient means your comfort level with money. So write down in the chat what number is your money quotient at. Neeru ji, you wanted to say something?
हाँ, मैं गीत चैट करने में ना मोबाइल में मुझे दिक्कत होती है, तो मैं बात ही कर लेती हूँ। मेरे को मेरा जो मनी कॉशन है दैट इज 10 आउट ऑफ 10। भले ही मेरे पास नहीं है बहुत, मतलब मेरे को लगता है मेरे पास बहुत है, जबकि मुझे लोग कहते हैं कि क्या है, इवन कि जब हम हस्बैंड वाइफ भी बात करते हैं तो हमारा इस चीज के बीच में होता है कि वो थोड़ा सा और इसको गेन करना चाहते
इंक्रीज
हैं,
करना
बट
चाहते
मेरा यस मेरे साथ, क्योंकि आज मैंने इसी पर्पस से आपका ये सेशन अटेंड किया है कि अगर मैं कहीं पे गलत हूँ तो आप मुझे कह सकते हैं। आई वाज सीनियर मैनेजर इन स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया एंड आई टुक वॉलंटरी रिटायरमेंट 12 इयर्स प्रायर टू माय रिटायरमेंट एज।
हैं।
तो उस टाइम पे मुझे मनी की जो मेरी वो थी, जो मेरे को लगता है कि मनी जितना मुझे चाहिए था वो फुलफिल हो चुकी थी। आई टुक रिटायरमेंट। प्रेजेंटली हमारा एक कॉलेज है और मैं एज ए डायरेक्टर वहाँ पे संभाल रही हूँ। मेरे साथ क्या है गीत की, अगर मेरे पर्स में 10 रुपए भी हैं तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है आई एम द किंग। मेरे को 10 रुपए भी बहुत, मतलब एक, मतलब मेरे को ऐसे लगता है मुझे पर्स को कभी खोलना नहीं पड़ता, मुझे देखना नहीं पड़ता, झांकना नहीं पड़ता। उस खुदा की इतनी अबंडेंस है कि वो मेरा पर्स, जितनी मेरी नीड है उससे ज्यादा उस पर्स में होते हैं और अभी तक होते हैं। ठीक है, मैं मतलब और एक कॉन्टेंटेड मनी को लेकर, अ वेरी वेरी कॉन्टेंटेड लाइफ। तो मैं, मुझसे जैसे आप मेंटर हैं, ऐसे और बहुत सारे लोग मुझे मिले जिन्होंने मेरे इस बिलीफ को गलत ठहराया कि आप स्टैग्नेंट हो गए हैं, या तो आप स्पिरिचुअलिज्म की तरफ जा रहे हैं, तो आपने कंटेंटमेंट को धारण कर लिया है। बट ये दिल से ना, मेरी दिल क्या, मेरी आत्मा से ये चीज निकलती है कि मेरी फाइनेंशियल नीड्स जितना मुझे चाहिए पूरी हो चुकी है।
So there is nothing wrong in that. So what happens is there are different money personality types, and one of the money personality types is called the indifferent money personality. And most of the times, people who are into spirituality, they develop this money personality where they don't want to, they feel very contented with money and they don't want to have any direct correlation with money in their life that drives them or that has any kind of. So it's only for you to judge. So, sometimes that contentment is also because of that spiritual teachings. Ki we should not be too money minded, we should not be too much. So it's only for you to decide that if you feel absolutely comfortable with it, then it's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong in it. But just introspect within yourself. Are there some needs of mine that I sometimes suppress? Sometimes, we unknowingly suppress our needs, or sometimes there's also childhood pattern that as kids we learn that if there is not enough in the house, we don't ask because we don't want to trouble our parents. So we refrain from putting pressure on them. So this becomes a conditioning that don't ask too much. Be satisfied in whatever you have. So just notice which place does it come from, and erase any kind of such conditioning and then see whatever flows for you. Maybe you don't want to expand beyond this, and maybe you want to. So let that come by clearing any conditionings that you
नहीं,
notice
बिल्कुल
in
ठीक
you.
कह रहे हो। अगर मैं अपना चाइल्डहुड डेज देखूं तो दैट वाज इन अ वेरी वेरी लैक फाइनेंशियली। ठीक है, और इवन की जो बहुत छोटी छोटी हमारी नीड्स होती थी, नीड्स नॉट डिजायर्स, जो नीड्स होती थी वो भी हमारी फुलफिल नहीं होती थी। वो आपने बिल्कुल ठीक पकड़ा है। लेकिन आज की डेट में मुझे ऐसे लगता है कि मेरे पास सब कुछ है, और इवन कि मैं, मेरे पास सामने चीजें पड़ी होती हैं मैंने कभी उनको यूज नहीं करती, मतलब ये है। अगर कोई मतलब कुछ भी चीजें
So
कहा
that
जाता
is
है कि
perfect. Then you don't have to worry about it. Then there's nothing wrong. It's all our inner, calling that we have to understand. What I know what's right for me. Nobody outside can tell me what's right for me. So it's perfect. Okay. Yeah, Anita ji, tell me. You've raised your hand. You can unmute yourself.
Yeah, hi. So I just want to understand, honestly, I didn't get the question as to what you mean by saying what's your money question. Is it exactly as to what I'm looking at?
So money quotient basically means how happy or comfortable I am with the money level that I'm at right now. So if
Okay.
I'm suppose earning X amount, does that feel that that's enough for me, or do I feel that I can be earning much more? So based on that, you can identify how much do I feel happy with what I have, how much am I able to spend, how much am I able to it's this feeling here about money that okay, I feel for me money is like a 8, even though my income could be less. So it's that feeling that you get here about money, that's your money quotient.
It's about what you have at the moment, not what you're looking forward to.
No, what is currently your status, so that we are going to work on enhancing our money quotient through our money reservability.
So you have to rate it out of 10?
Yes, 10 meaning that it's very good, it's very high, and 0 meaning not good at all.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Great. All right, so we have a 6, we have a 10, that's great. All right, so now what I want you all to do is, I want you to write, you can write in the chat or maybe just write on a paper in front of you. Notice in your own life, where do you think you lack in any area? It could be any skill sets that you lack. It could be any personality trait. So we have a lot of such things around money that I have to be highly educated to be abundant, or you have to be working hard, or I need to be that kind of a genius to be a billionaire. So look at that from that point of view, your highest parameter. What do you lack from that state? And write, you can share it in the chat as well, or just write it on a piece of paper. So let's take 2 minutes and write down, what do you think? So if you were to say be a billionaire or a millionaire, a crorepati, what do you think a billionaire needs to possess that you currently do not have? And you can unmute and share as well if you want. And if you have any question about it, you can ask. Yes, that's good. Right opportunity, age, luck. That's very good. So many times, we have this feeling that, people who are already well off, they're so well connected that they seem to grow with each other, but I don't have opportunities where I am. So that is a great identifier. Being a genius. Very good. What else? Skills. And many times we make these stories as excuses when we look at those people who we want to aspire to be at a financial level. And then we say, oh, but they're not happy. They don't have family life. They're not able to do this. So those are all excuses we make to ourselves to avoid doing the work that it might take to get us there. So just notice what all are those excuses that you tell yourself. So connection, what do you mean by connection?
So my way of seeing as a connection, because I'm into automobile sector, and if I have to hire a right marketing person and pay a 2 lakh rupees per month salary to someone,
Hmm.
and to get to get an order from an OEM. So I don't have that capacity to pay a 2 lakh rupees a person and to connect someone in the direct OEMs. So I mean
Okay.
that way.
Right. So the right connection with people, with sources.
Or what could I say is matlab, I don't see I am paying right now for a marketing person 2 lakh rupees.
Hmm.
I can't easily pay it that ki yaar,
Hmm.
I can hire a 2 lakh rupees a person for a
Hmm.
marketing thing.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
I also have that thing in my head.
That limitation, that it's too much to pay.
Yeah,
And how much should it give me in return? It's not that good enough. The money
yeah.
and result payoff is not balancing. Yes, so that's a very valid point. We have such a strong programming to think of everything. We measure everything monetary terms, and that when it doesn't match, we tend to feel stressed. Yeah, that's a very valid point.
और गीत मुझे ऐसे लगता है जो मेरे साथ है, जब हम बहुत कंटेंटेड हो जाते हैं तो कहीं ना कहीं हमारी ग्रोथ रुक जाती है, जो मुझे फील होता है, जो मेरे
Hmm.
साथ है।
Hmm.
क्योंकि जब आपके पास एक टारगेट होता है, मनी को लेकर भी टारगेट होता है, जैसे मैं कह रही हूँ कि मेरे को हमेशा ज्यादा लगता है, तो मैं अपने आप को एक स्टैग्नेंट पाती हूँ। मतलब मुझे कोई भी सपने भी दिखाता है तो वो मुझे सपने लुभाते नहीं है। लेकिन इसकी एक ड्रॉबैक ये है कि जब आपको कोई चीज चाहिए होती है तो आप अपने अंदर उसको पाने के लिए स्किल्स को डेवलप करते हो, आप अपने आप को ग्रो करते हो, चाहे वो मनी हो चाहे और चीज हो। तो जब आप एक लेवल पे कंटेंटमेंट फील करते हो तो कहीं ना कहीं आप पीछे भी रहते हो, आप पीछे रहते हो, नॉट ऑन द टर्म्स ऑफ मनी, आप अपनी ग्रोथ को भी
ग्रोथ
देखो,
में भी।
ग्रोथ पे। क्यों? क्योंकि अगर
यस।
मुझे 2 लाख रुपए, जैसे मतलब मैं एग्जांपल देती हूँ, अगर मुझे 5 लाख चाहिए पर मंथ, तो मेरे को अपनी आप को वो स्किल्स डेवलप करनी पड़ेंगी
और अपने
ताकि
कंफर्ट जोन से बाहर
कंफर्ट जोन
निकलना
से बाहर
पड़ेगा।
आना पड़ेगा, है ना? तो
दैट्स
बहुत
राइट।
सारी चीजों में मुझे ग्रो करना पड़ता है। मुझे अपनी पर्सनालिटी को ग्रूम करना पड़ेगा, फिजिकल अपीयरेंस को ग्रो करना पड़ेगा, मेंटल लेवल पे बहुत सारी जगह पे मुझे एस्केपिस्ट नहीं बनना पड़ेगा, मुझे फ्रंट लाइन
राइट।
में आना पड़ेगा। और मुझे मतलब अगर मैं अपने आप को भी देखती हूँ तो मेरी ये कई बार आर्गुमेंट्स होती है कि क्या कंटेंटमेंट से मेरी ग्रोथ तो नहीं रुक गई, क्योंकि इट इज नॉट द मैटर ऑफ मनी ओनली, ये पैसा अकेला नहीं है। जब आप पैसे के लिए जाते हो तो बाई प्रोडक्ट्स आपको बहुत जगह पे और भी मिलते हैं।
That's a very valid question, which a lot of people struggle with, that this or this, am I sacrificing this at the expense of this? So let's tap on this and see what comes up for you.
Yes.
Okay. All right, great. So everyone has mentioned in the chat. And so now what we're going to do is, I want you all to close your eyes. And those of you are here for the first time, so I'm going to take you through the Faster-EFT style of tapping now. So once again, notice the number at which you are in your money quotient. Whatever number it is, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And notice there's always a scope to grow. There's always a scope for you to expand, develop, rise higher. So notice whatever is holding you back, all those limitations, all those lacks that you see around in your deservability. And then open your eyes and let's start tapping together. And repeat with me. It's safe for me to release and let go. All my perceived limitations, all my perceived lacks, in all the ways I judge myself to be less than others, whether in capabilities or in skill sets or in opportunities or anything else. It's safe for me to release and let go. All those feelings that I don't have enough to be able to reach where I wish to reach. And as I release and let it all go, I feel calm, capable, and peaceful. Take a deep breath, blow it from your mouth, squeeze your wrist, and say peace. And now, with your eyes closed, let's go to the happiest memory of your life. A happy memory where you felt really, really happy. It could be anything, it could be about your loved ones, a time where you felt really appreciated, very confident, or being in nature. So just go to any of your happy memories and step into it like it's happening right now. And feel that happy feeling, enjoying it. Breathe it all in. And then take a deep breath, squeeze your wrist, and say peace. Very good. And now, once again, let's go and see on a scale of 0 to 10, what number do you see your money quotient at? Where are you feeling money wise? And just write it in the chat. It can increase, it can decrease, it could be at the same level. Just notice what it is and just mention in the chat. And one fun way to check it is, imagine if you aspire to be a billionaire. Okay. So imagine yourself being that billionaire or any person that comes to your mind, and see yourself standing next to them and see if it feels comfortable or does it feel a little strange? Is the believability less? And then write that number in the chat. Seven, very good. 5, 9. Excellent. All right. Once again, notice all those lacks that you noticed in you, all the things that you are not and are less than what you perceive as a billionaire. And let's start tapping. All these limitations in me, in all the ways, I don't feel I have what it takes to be at a money level that I want to be. It's safe for me to release and let go from wherever I have put these limitations on my self-worth, on my deservability, and on my belief systems about money. And it's time for me to release and let them all go. Because I know these are all borrowed beliefs and identities, and they do not represent who I truly am. And my true potential is unlimited and infinite. And I'm willing to step into that now. And take a deep breath, squeeze your wrist, and say peace. And then once again, let's go and check what number am I at on my money quotient. Nine, very good. 7, 9. What about others? What number do you notice yourself at? And 10, it feels better because it brings me to the now. All right, great. And now once again, let's go back and check. Think about being a billionaire. Think about being the money level that you want to be at. And notice the believability. Notice whatever is left, whatever holds you back, any doubts, any obstacles on your path that you see them, feel them, and then let's start tapping and repeat with me. As I'm releasing and letting go, all my perceived obstacles, all my point of views that stem from lack, I'm opening up doors of abundance in my life. I allow myself to grow myself mentally, emotionally, and physically. It's easy for me to learn new skills. It's easy for me to take inspired action. And as I'm stepping into my power, I'm opening all channels of abundance in my life. Take a deep breath, squeeze your wrist, and say peace. And then once again, let's go and check. See yourself as a billionaire and feel what number are you at, the believability, and just write it in the chat. And as you're tapping, notice how different ideas, different point of views start opening up for you. And if you are stuck at something that's not moving, you can write that also in the chat, that this thought is stuck and that's why it's not moving higher for me. So just mention that in the chat. What is keeping you stuck? So we have 10, we have 9, 7, 10, 9. Great. And just notice whatever is that thought that's left that holds you back, that makes you doubt yourself, that makes you think you're less than a billionaire. Anything about your personality, the way you dress, the way you talk, the way you walk, just notice anything that's left. And then let's tap together and repeat with me. It's safe for me to allow new inspired ideas to flow into my life. It's safe for me to step out and shine my light. I'm capable of taking care of myself and protect myself. The more successful I become, the more happy and safe I am. It's okay for me to be abundant and rich. I release and let go any negative connotations from the word rich. Being rich means being kind. Being rich means being giving. Being rich means being loving and nurturing. Being rich means being joyful and happy at all times. And I allow myself to step into the abundance that I'm born for. Take a deep breath, squeeze your wrist, and say peace. And then with your eyes closed, see yourself stepping into your billionaire self, the crorepati, or any other level that you see yourself at. Visualize yourself walking and talking and living your life as that billionaire, and just enjoy it. And make it even better. Add something to make it even more enjoyable, even more peaceful and easy. And then take a deep breath, squeeze your wrist, and say peace. Very good. So, how are you feeling?
जीत
What
मेरा
number are you
एक्सपीरियंस
at?
है, मैं
Yeah.
यहाँ पे अपना एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करना चाहती हूँ। जैसे कि मैंने कहा था कि मनी को लेके मेरे पास बहुत कंटेंटमेंट है, मैंने अपने आप को 10 नंबर दिए थे। बट जब आपने इसको कंपैरिजन के लिए कहा कि एक बिलियनर से कंपेयर करो, एट दैट टाइम मैं अपने आप को देख पा रही थी कि कहाँ पे लैक है। यानी आप अगर वो स्किल्स डेवलप कर लो और इसी कंटेंटमेंट को रख लो, मतलब जो मुझे समझ आई, वो 10 का 10 ही है। अभी बीच में मेरा कम हुआ क्योंकि वो एक चल रहा था, जैसे बहुत सारे आइडियाज आ रहे थे, बहुत कुछ हो रहा था। लेकिन इस स्टेपिंग के बाद मुझे ये समझ आई है कि भले ही मेरा कंटेंटमेंट लेवल पहले 10 था, अब 10 है, लेकिन मनी को लेकर मुझे अपने आप को ब्लॉक नहीं करना, मुझे अपनी स्किल्स को डेवलप करना है, मुझे और मनी आती है उसको अट्रैक्ट करना है, उसको और चाहना है। एंड जितना मुझे पैसा आ रहा है, आई शुड बी काइंडर, इस यूनिवर्स को वापस लौटाना है, ज्यादा दोनों हाथों से, मतलब भर भर के देना है यूनिवर्स को। और वो शायद एक चैनल रहेगा इस यूनिवर्स को लौटाने का, इंस्टेड ऑफ कि मैं अपनी पॉकेट को देख के खुश हो रही हूँ कि आई एम वेरी वेरी
Yeah.
कॉन्टेंटेड और मुझे कुछ नहीं चाहिए।
Yeah.
बाय डेवलपिंग, बाय ग्रोइंग माई सेल्फ, क्योंकि जो यूनिवर्स है वो ग्रोथ और कंट्रीब्यूशन पे रुका हुआ है।
Absolutely.
मेरे
And also,
मेरे
we always think we don't realize this, but the more money you have, the more impact you can have in the world. The more time and space you have to create change in the world, to be able to contribute in the world, to give to the world, to uplift people. So we don't need to see money as only for ourselves. We can actually create so much
Yeah.
happiness in the world
तो
by
ये बहुत बड़ी
attracting
अंडरस्टैंडिंग,
abundance.
एग्जैक्टली ये मेरे को इतनी बड़ी एक विजडम आई है। देखो 10 नंबर था, 10 ही अभी है, 10 के 11 नहीं हो सकते थे। बट इसके बीच में मुझे यही समझ आई है कि इस 10 नंबर के बीच में मैंने अपनी ग्रोथ को रोक के रखा हुआ है, मैंने इस यूनिवर्स को कंट्रीब्यूशन को रोक के रखा हुआ है। इसी
Yes.
10 नंबर की कंटेंटमेंट के साथ मुझे ग्रो करना है, और जितना मनी मेरे पास सरप्लस भी आता है, आई कैन कंट्रीब्यूट टू दिस यूनिवर्स, और बहुत सारे नीडी लोगों को मैं हेल्प कर सकती हूँ पैसे से, है ना।
Absolutely.
आज 10 रुपए
Wonderful.
हैं, यस ना, 10 में से मैं 5 दे सकती हूँ किसी को, अपने पास 5 रख सकती हूँ। और अगर मेरे पास ये 1 लाख होता है तो मैं 50,000 भी दे सकती हूँ किसी को।
Exactly.
तो
That's
ये अंडरस्टैंडिंग
wonderful.
मुझे बहुत अच्छी तरीके से आई है, और ये बहुत
Thank
बड़ी
you for
बात है।
sharing that. Thank you
या
so much. And wonderful, everyone. Beautiful. I saw my billionaire version. Wonderful. I got a feeling it's like my prosperity prospers others. Wow, that's such a beautiful thought. Having that intention that, every person I meet becomes abundant by just coming in contact with me. That's beautiful. So wonderful, everyone. And we'll end the session here today. Have a great night and a wonderful week ahead. Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
थैंक
Bye-bye.
यू, थैंक यू,
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Kate. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Bye-bye.